Welcome to this look at exciting new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday the 22nd of April. It's been a busy old week, one thing and another. Apologies for the lack of Let's Plays this week. With all the mods, the precision farming, all the maps. There's another map out today, by the way. Adelshoven by MN99, MN97 and Martin N, 100.51 megabytes to download. Map tour for that will probably be out tomorrow morning, possibly lunchtime. Updates today, we've got the Auto Pallets Manager by Vanquish081 and the Lizard MT by Castor DS Agro Service. Talking about the Auto Pallets Manager is probably a good time to mention if you are having any problems with your pallets, you may not be aware. I think a lot of people are at the moment, but what should be coming up on the screen now is from Discord, and it was on Discord, it was on the forums, it was all over the place, Twitter, and it says from Lysitan, Lars, some of you might have already noticed it already. A patch note for 1.4 was missing, so we had the update the other day, it was missing. We added a pallet limit to tackle performance issues while playing the game. The limit is 50 pallets on console and 100 on PC. All I know is the community went berserk. People that had a load of pallets on their games, people are struggling to get back into their games. The save games won't let them in because the pallet limit's now 50 and they had way more than 50 pallets on their maps. People are arguing that how are we supposed to play the game? The whole point of production chains that you've put forward is that we can transport them ourselves, we can do whatever. 50 pallets across all the production chains you might have on a map isn't that many. Yes, you can have them distributed, you can have them shipped, you can store them, they don't all have to be out, but it does kind of limit things a little bit. And I kind of understand it. I think it was aimed more at multiplayer when a lot of people playing multiplayer with lots of pallets, it was bogging things down. I'll be honest, on PS5, on Calmsden, I've had a lot of pallets in different places and I didn't notice any performance issues whatsoever. I mean, obviously that is just me, I'm saying that. But then, if you go further down the bottom there, it says, hey again, we hear you loud and clear. We will adjust, as in increase the pallet limit with the next patch. No ETA, as it won't be a hot fix. Thanks for all the feedback. So they have listened, they have listened to everyone going bananas about the pallets. However, that's only going to come with the next patch. Now that could be a month, 2 months, 6 months. We have no idea when the next patch is going to be coming. So unfortunately, on console 50 pallets and on PC 100. We're just going to have to live with it until it gets sorted out. Right, mods in front of me. I'm going to start here. This is the weight 800 kilogram by 750 Ti modding, 3.15 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. It comes on a pallet. There are no options on this one at all. You will find it under weights. I don't think there are any options on this. No, just comes like that. 1,000 to buy, 800 kilos. And then when you hook up to it, the pallet disappears. What I will say is, don't lower this down, then disconnect, as you think you probably might normally do. The pallet appears underground if you do that. Just be wary of it. If I raise that back up and disconnect it while it's airborne, the pallet kind of appears and it falls straight onto it. So that's the first one, the lizard weight 800 kilogram. I'm going to swing around now because on the back we have got these. This is the Balelift, the Lizard Balelift by Grubby. 1.07 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. You will find it under Bale Loaders. 1,600 to buy. You can change the main colour to any one of those three. Just want to check to make sure. No, price stays the same, whichever colour you go for. This is designed for round bale collection. Now, I'm on a very small tractor. If I do automatic drop, why is that now not giving me the option to? That's interesting. It was before. Unfold. Oh, it's not allowing me to on the back. It was earlier. Anyway, I can manually raise and lower and tilt. So you can get it down to the ground where you want it, where your bales are. It would be normally like that. You get it down to the ground, unfold it, slide where your round bales should be behind, or wherever you've got them, if you've got it in the front or wherever. Then close it up, lift the whole thing up, tilt it so the bales don't go anywhere, and it's got a nice bit of tilt on that as well. And away you go. It's a round bale lift, as it says on there, bale lift, by Grubby. Very nice. Next we have got this. This is the CHB1T2. This is by Ostry, 2.15 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. I don't think there's any options on this one either. This you'll find under front loader tools. 820 to buy. Kind of a weight as well, 300 kilos. It's a round bale grab. Start that up. We've got our raise and lower, that's off the front loader itself. And then R1, right stick side to side, opens to grab, close it around your bale, and off you go. Fairly straightforward. That's by Ostry, the CHB1T2. Next we've got this. This is the, I'll find out my list. This is the trailer adapter for wheel loaders by EY Modding. 0.3 megabytes download, 1 slot on console. You'll find it under wheel loader tools. On the end, 500. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. And it's designed for exactly what it says. It's a trailer adapter. So when we've got our wheel loader, hooking up to a trailer for moving stuff around yards, tidying up, that kind of stuff. Hook up to our trailer, and then we can... If you're ever having trouble moving these trailers that are articulated at the front and often on the back of a tractor itself, if you swing the tractor around and do it the other way around like this from the front, it makes manipulation and turning of these far, far easier. Small inputs have big consequences with these, so just take it easy, nice small turns, and you should be fine. So there we go, that's the wheel loader, a trailer adapter for wheel loader by EY Modding. Now we're down onto the field, I think. I'm going to start here and then we'll move around from here. These are the enhanced drag hose booms. Sorry, my mind blanked completely. Drag hose booms. These are by RLSF Martin, 35.78 megabytes download. There are 4 in this pack. The standard in-game slurry digestate spreader drag hoses. We've got the Bomec track pack, the Bomec Multi Profi 2115 and the Bomec Multi 4XL. We've also got the Samsung SBH4. These are modded versions of those. I'm not going to show you them being used, but the enhanced version of these is we have got section control on these. The standard in-game ones, you don't have section control, like the fertilizer spreading, those kind of things. But with these ones, they have been adjusted to give us exactly that. We go to our slurry tanks and go right to the very end. So the track pack, there's 62 grand, 10 slots, 695 for the Multi-Profi 2115. That's 10 slots as well. I think it was 10 slots. Yep, 10 slots. The Multi 4XL 104 grand is 12 slots, and then the SBH4 is 125 grand. That's 10 slots. What we're going to do, I'm just going to open each one up, and we'll show you the. Oh, I will show you. Well, actually, I don't need to open them up. I don't think. L1 and right stick. 18 meters is the widest. We can go down to 15, 9. And back to 18 again. Yeah, there's no point. 18 is the widest we're going to go on there. The next one, I think, is a maximum. This is the 2115. 21 meters. It'll be 2115 and I think it's 2115 and 9. We'll hook up just to make sure. I could have just written it down, but at least you can sort of see it now. 21, 15, 9. Then back to 21 again. It just gives you a bit more versatility with these, because you find when you're using slurry or digestate, if you have got patches where you don't need to put it, you can end up wasting loads. You know, so having the section control on these is great. This is a 30 meter, this one. The Multi 4XL. So I think we've got 30 meter, 24, 15 and 9. They work in exactly the same way as the standard ones, just the fact that we have section control, which is pretty cool. And then this one is 36 meter. So we've got 36, 30 and 24. Doesn't go down any smaller than 24 meters. So that's the extended drag hose booms by RLSF Martin. We'll do this one actually while we're over here. This is the Brantner E11550 PS Plus. Yes, it's a manure spreader. It is 10 slots. It's by Julie7250. You can have it 8 metre or 12 metre spread depending on what back you put on. There's a couple of back options. It's a 9,000 litre muck spreader. You will find it under manure spreaders on the end. 8 horsepower required. Will run at 9 miles per hour. So options on this one: the F4V will spread at 8 meters. The F4H will do 12 meters. It adds £5,000 on if you want to go up to 12 meters, but you can go up to 12 meters. Then we've got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and back again. The Trelleborg, we've got a standard 2. The Michelin just comes standard. BKT standard and the standard 2, Vredestein standard and the standard 2 for the tyres. We've got towing eye or towing ball, so depending on what you want to pull it with, you can switch that, and you can do that on a toolbox menu or somewhere if you want to switch it backwards and forwards. I tend to find the towing eye works with most stuff, but most things hook up to these things anyway. And then we've got a main colour option of green, black, orange or red. License plate option 2 if you wish to use it, but you don't have to. To operate it, L1 and X to unfold it. Again, I know I'm on PlayStation. I know when I say these things just because that's what I'm doing as I'm doing it, but you open it up. If ever you're stuck, I know people send me messages a lot of times saying, how does this work? How do I get that to work? What are the controls for so-and-so? Get that help window open, top left. All the options there on all your various different, if you put your shoulder buttons on, it will tell you most of, if not all of the options you've got for any particular vehicle. If we turn on the manure spreader, this one's spread to 12 meters. Nice animation. 9,000 litres. It's not massive. It's not too expensive. I think it was 30 grand, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was 30 grand. And there we go. That's the Brantner E11550 PS Plus. That's 5.09 megabytes to download by Julie7250. Moving on from there. We have these. These are the Hall with Cooling Chamber by farmerfivetom, 17.9 megabytes download. You'll find them under sheds. Now, all of the ones I've got here have a sloping roof going that way. There is also an inverted version. When it means inverted, it's not upside down. The roof, rather than going that way, goes that way. It's just a symmetrical duplicate of. So if you want it to go the other way around for any particular reason. So there are 8 in this pack. Slot counts we'll talk about when we have a look at. Actually, we'll have a look at them in the build mode now. So under sheds, if we scroll across until we get to them, which are all these ones here. So we've got the silage silo with doors, and you've got the inverted version. Those two are 18 slots and 14 slots, strangely. The duplicate, the inverted is only 14. Then we've got the silage silo without doors, and then inverted. Those on the slot count are 9 and 8. We've then got the Hall with big cooling chamber and the inverted version. Those are 29 and 28 slots. I know it says 1 or 2 there because I've already got one placed. And then the last one, we've got the Hall with small cooling chamber, and those are 28 and 27 slots to place. Now, basically, it's a silage clamp that has come to the end of its use, and it's then been converted into a big barn building. We can open the doors in various different ways, as you can see. They kind of come in from all over the place. We do have a light switch over here on this one. Light switch on or off. So that one is just the sort of silage clamp with doors. This one is the silage clamp that's completely open. Roof's been put on and it's open. The light switch is down to the side there. These ones are the ones I think that are a bit more immersive. So you've basically got the silage clamp, they put a roof on, and then you've got the cooling chamber inside. So basically a refrigerated unit. So if you want to simulate putting stuff into storage, whether it be cake or chocolate or anything that you might decide actually will add a bit to my storyline or whatever you want to do, you absolutely can. The light switch for this one, oh, where was it? Oh, down there. Light switch here. But if we open this door up, you've just got a storage unit. Big cooler to put your stuff into inside the barn. And then the last one, you've just got a smaller cooling unit. To the side, light switch is over there, and then you've got storage down the side for other stuff. If it's non-perishable stuff that doesn't have to be stored, or vehicles, or whatever you want to do. Again, it's entirely up to you. Really nicely detailed. I like all the hazard mark stuff around the outside so you don't damage anything when you're putting it in. I know what I'm like when I'm driving a forklift truck. Nicely detailed, nicely modelled. The hauled with cooling chamber by farmerfivetom. Next we go through to the free water pumps and tanks. We have got 3 water pumps. So the water pumps, you get free water once they're placed. We have got this one at 3 slots, this one at 2 slots, this one at 4 slots. It does have when you go up to next to them there, you can hide the markers. So you don't have to have them turned on or off in the main menu. You can hide the markers from there if you want to. So once placed, they're free water. And then you've also got in this pack, you've got tanks. Now these ones are specifically designed to go with greenhouses. So these are under silo extensions. These ones you'll find under tools. We'll have a look in just a second. I think we've got an 8,000, a 10,000 and a 20,000 litre one of these. So if we go into our build mode and we go to our tools, I think it was tool. No, did I say tools or containers? Containers, sorry, I meant. So 100, 300, and 600 for the water pumps. And I said once placed, free. So when I was doing my map tour the other day, and I said about not really mentioning where water sources are anymore, when you can put one of those in for 100 anywhere you want, fairly small. I mean, it's tiny. And you get free water, it really doesn't matter where the water sources are on a map unless you specifically want to go and get them from a lake or a river. And if we go to silo extensions, these ones here, you've got small water tank, medium water tank and big water tank. As I said, 8,000, 10,000 and 20,000. Slots on those are 2, 3 and 3. So what has happened is I've put down the small greenhouse. The small greenhouse standard has a 5,000 litre capacity. If I go up to this now, bottom right it says 25,000 litre capacity. So it just means your greenhouses can go a lot longer without needing filling up. Now I put 5,000 litres in that. When I placed that 20,000 litre tank, it came with 20,000 litres in it. I didn't have to put water into that, but I would imagine as it gradually works its way down, I don't think they're infinitely refilling. It doesn't say, actually. These are by CookieCat, by the way. Sorry, should have said that. 1.91 megabytes download. Not too bad at all. Pretty useful, pretty helpful. I like those. Yeah, it doesn't actually say. It just says small tank, medium tank, large tank, and the prices. Daily upkeep. I guess further testing would be required, but even if it isn't, it's still pretty cheap. Next, we've got these. These are these are amazing. Look at that. It's like something from Mad Max. Look at them. Mad Valtra. Look at the width of these have got a ton of options. I'm going to have to speed up. I just realised. This is the Valtra T Series CVT South American by SrVertex and Pedro Amorim. These are 22.29 megabytes download, 27 slots for the first one, but you'll see why. I mean, they do look fantastic. They do sound pretty cool as well. So, under medium tractors is where you'll find them. On the end, now recently I haven't been reading out all the tyre options, and I won't necessarily read them all out. We've got the option of front fender, yes or no. Wheel brand, Michelin, Trelleborg, Mitas, Continental, BKT, Lizard, which gives you some rice tyres and back again. So, under our Michelin, we've got standard, these connectors for putting the jewels on, it's just that one's for looks. Standard 2, standard 3, standard 4, standard 5, then rear twins 2, cane spacing, which is that, gives you that bonkersness. I think most of them have got that cane spacing as we go through. And it's was it Mitas that's got the, yeah, those big old LSWs on it. And then the Lizard rice tyres, we've got rice tyres, double rim rice tyres 2, double rim rice tyres 2. And then back to standard, then we're back to Michelin's again. Now, lights, we've got lights and then an LED bar just underneath the number plate on the front of the top of the cab. You've then got Model 2 headlights and then that with an LED bar, or back to standard. GPS, no, yes, yes with a monitor as well if you want it. Glass, we've got tint, infill film, medium, strong infill film, and then standard. We've got weights and protections. So we've got a weight, we've got protection grid 2, protection grid 3, protection grid 4, back to standard. I mean, those are just, they look just awesome, don't they? For forestry and stuff, I'd imagine as well, would be just brilliant. And then we've got accessories. Now, we've got a barrel down to the side there. Barrel 2, slightly larger. You've got an antenna on the left-hand side, on the sort of step section there. And then there's a bottle inside. And then there's combinations of those. Barrel, bottle, antenna. And then if you go for all of them, you've got the barrel, antenna and bottle, then the larger barrel. There's a whole load of different ones to look at there. We've got wheel weights, no. Now, the first set of wheel weights goes on the inside. So the first one's inside, outside, then inside again, then outside again. It puts quite a bit of weight around those rear tyres. Then we've got steering wheel, Model 1, Model 2. There's a grey steering wheel or a black steering wheel. I haven't really seen that before. Attaches, standard, plus trailer hitch. Then you've got coupling for transshipment. And then you've got a 3-point link. Now, when you do 3-point link, it puts 3-point link on the front, but takes away the protection. So if you want to have the protection, you don't want the 3-point link. And then it goes through some different options. Trailer hitch with a 3-point link. And then the transport one with 3-point link and then back to standard. Rear cab design on the back. We've got number plate or Valtra logo or nothing. Exhaust. I told you there's loads. Exhaust, standard, original muffler. And then we've got a direct long, direct short. Back again. Front loader attacher, quick, power, no. Engine setup, 195 horsepower, 210, 230, 250, 280, 320 horsepower. 320 horsepower takes the price up to 166,100 for 320 horsepower. That's pretty good. Main colour, and there's a ton now. I would have a look through. There's some metallics. There's the gold editions. We've got this one here, pink October issue. Yeah, a whole load to choose from of various different colours. Some shiny, some flat or matte. Then you've got counterweight colour, so you can change the colour of the weights if you've done weights on the wheels. I haven't, I've taken them off now. But if you've got weights on there, you can change the colour of those. Exhaust colour, we've got black metallic, silver metallic, or silver metallic 2. So you can change that exhaust depending on which one you've gone for. The whole exhaust will change colour. Then we've got the colour for the barrel. So you can change that. And then rim colour. We get there at some point. Silver and then a more chromed. So, and then we've got a license plate option. So quite a few different options to be playing around with. Let's hop in, start it up. Those lights, they're bright on the back of there. Now we do have some options here. So under L1, right stick side to side opens the left door. Right stick up and down opens the rear window. Under R1, right stick side to side opens the bonnet. Right stick up and down does the blind inside. That's pretty cool. Blind inside. L1, R1, left stick side to side, raises and lowers, and go back out, raises and lowers the front axle. And then back inside, right stick side to side, raises and lowers the steering wheel, so you can put it further away from you or closer to you. And then up and down, we can adjust the angle of the steering wheel as well. So quite a lot of option there for adjustability. Lights with that LED bar as well at the front. The lighting on it is crazy. I don't know, I do like the cane spacing. I think that looks absolutely crazy. It looks like a weird Valtra spider, doesn't it? The orange one. But this one, I do like it with LSWs. What a fantastic bit of kit. There we go. That's the Valtra T-Series CVT South American by SrVertex and Pedro Amorim. Next, we've got this. Now, we had a donut factory before. We have had one, but this is donut production. This is slightly different. This is by Jos. It's 1.3 megabytes download, 12 slots on console. It's 50 grand to buy. You'll find it under production chains. If we go along the bottom, you'll see there donut production. So unlike the ones before that were a bit more like bagels, these are glazed donuts. What I think I originally thought the original was going to be. If we come back out of there, so yeah, 50 grand for that. If we come into this menu, you'll see here under production chains, glazed donuts, strawberry donuts, or chocolate donuts. With the recipes are all in twos. So if you want glazed donuts, it's flour, sugar, milk, eggs, and butter. The strawberry donuts then adds in the strawberries onto that as well. The chocolate adds the chocolate into that as well, but they're all in twos. And that's what's interesting about the next bit, because all the inputs are 7,000 litres, apart from the flour, which is 65,000 litres. And I was puzzled by that, because if they're all, the recipes are all in two of this, two of this, two of this, two, it would all go down at the same rate. I'm not quite sure why it requires so much more flour, but it doesn't matter. That's what the capacities are. You don't have to put in 65,000 litres of flour. You can put 7,000 in yourself if you want to. I've got them all running at the moment, and they've been running for a while. I say for a while, about 2 hours. And we've already up to 452 litres. I'm not sure what a pallet's going to be. I was hoping by the time we finished we would have some pallets out the back. If I remember, and I said this before when I added it on, tacked it on as almost like a blooper, if I remember, by the end, maybe we'll speed up time and we'll see what the donut pallets look like. But if you want to do glazed donuts, oh, hang on, that was the other thing I've just remembered. Under build mode, if you go to productions, there's a sell point that goes with this, isn't there? And I think it's that one there. Selling station products, I think it's that one. That's got to be a typo. That's not 50,000. It's 5. Because that one on that end is part of another pack, isn't it? Yeah, pretty sure it's that one. I'm glad I remembered. There is a sell point that comes with this too. So there we go. That's the donut production by Jos. Next, we've got the Joskin Transpace 8000 by Mantrid. This is 7.09 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. We had loads of Joskin Transpace trailers in FS19, absolute plethora. We haven't got as many now, so it's nice to have another one. So the Transpace 8000, 34 grand for the base model. Slot count on that will come down from 4 to 1. Options, we have 28,000 litre, 31,000 litre or 35,000 litre. We've got wheel brand of Trelleborg, Michelin, Vredestein, BKT, Nokian and back. And the Trelleborg, we've got twin radial, twin forestry, and then a second twin forestry. Michelin, we've got Cargo, XBib, and XBib HF. Vredestein, just the flotation track. BKT, just the Ride Max FL693M. Nokian Forest King F2, and then back again. Front window, we can have metal or we can have glass, so you can see into the back. Chassis colour, anything on that palette. And again, we've got a selection of metallics and sort of satins and various different colours in there. Whole load to choose from in there. Main colour, as you might imagine, changes the main colour. Oh, that's a bit shiny. That's a bit better. Design colour does all round the rim. At the moment, it's on silver steel. There's like is it galvanised? Yeah, galvanised. If you go for galvanised or a coloured one to mix and match. Rim colour, I'll stick it on galvanised, but there's some silver ones, metallics, I think, where we've got a copper down here, haven't we? Chrome copper, gold, black steel. There's a few different ones to choose from. And then license plate option 2. It has the option of rear tip or grain door. I should have got a tractor. Bear with me a second. Let's just have a look at the tip animation, that's all. It does have front and rear steer axles, as you might be able to see there. That one's twisted and that one's twisted. Makes for nice tight turning circles for a fairly large trailer. Nice smooth animation. Joskin Transpace 8000. That's by Mantrid. Next, oh yes, this is a very important one. Do you wish to speed up your harvest in any way, shape or form? Potentially, We had this on FS19 and it was an absolute beaut. And we've got it back. This is the tool height control for headers by ModPassion, 0.09 megabytes download once installed. If we go to our headers, actually I didn't check the corn headers. Let's scroll across. No, it's not corn headers, just standard headers at the moment. We might get an update to that or another one, or we'll see. But under regular headers, you've got all your normal headers here. If we keep scrolling, you'll get to ones that then say underneath tool height control for headers mod. Pretty much all the headers that are standard in game will all be here. Choose your poison, whichever one you want. So what should happen is we get into a harvester and we can raise and lower a header as we normally do. We can turn on our header as we normally do, and we can set a worker to harvest. Of course we can. Now here's the thing, if I go to R1, there's now the option there to raise and lower the header, so I can raise and lower it myself. If I lower it down automatically, it gets it to the height we need to harvest, which is great. But what I can do is just raise it a little bit off the ground, and then when I harvest now, I don't harvest at 6 miles an hour, I'm harvesting at the speed of the harvester. We can absolutely honk through large fields. And you might be thinking, that's cheating, don't use it. If you think it's cheating, you don't have to use it. No one's forcing you to. Don't install it, don't use it. If you feel like playing a little bit like DJ, if you want to speed things up a little bit, I know DJ loves a bit of that. He's going to be over the moon that this is out. I must admit, if you're doing big harvests, if you've got big fields, if you've got rain coming, that kind of thing, it can be a blessing. However, there is a downside. I'm going to hire a worker now. The worker, I think it's going to stop. Now, what used to happen, I'm just going to double check, was the workers did not like turning round at all. They would do a row, turn around, go down a row, and then they would get hung up. They weren't big fans of it. So I'm just going to read this. When you enter the harvester and the harvester is used manually, you can change the height of the selected tool. So you can change it yourself. I mean, that turned all right. I haven't got the biggest crop to do, but you can hire a worker, as you can see. It takes a little while to slow down at the other end. Maybe that's been changed now, maybe it will. I really could have done with a much bigger field to go up and down on, but I kind of have my test plots to go. But as you've just seen, you can harvest not 6 miles an hour but 26 miles an hour. The ability to raise and over the header, tool height control for headers, and at the moment it's only for regular headers. It's not in there for corn headers, as I've just shown you, and it's not there for forage harvester headers as well. I thought I'd double check forage harvester headers, and it's not in there for those either. So potentially we might get some more, but thank you ModPassion. That is going to make people's lives so much easier. But again, it's Friday, it's near the weekend. Don't get bent out of shape over it. If you don't like it, if you're not happy about it, that's fine. You don't have to use it. Of course you don't. Nobody's forcing you to use any of the mods I'm showing. Right. Next then. After that excitement then, we've got this. This is the, I'll find it on my list, the weighing stations by Razak, 0.22 megabytes download, 3 slots each. There's a small and a large. This is the large. I've got a trailer and a tractor on there. The weight is coming up there. They're weighing scales. You'll find them under build mode and tools. 50 grand and 35 grand. Small one's 35, large one's 50. Pretty pricey. I know some people do use them. They add that immersion in when they're delivering stuff and that kind of thing. But there you go. Weighing stations by Razak. Oh yeah, this. You might want to cover your ears. This is the Fire Siren by MTL Modding Team. This is 2.5 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. You'll find it under build mode and under tools as well. It's pricey too. 95 grand if you want to place one. But if you need to warn people, I needed this when I was doing Lucas Island. If you recall, when the hurricane came, you'll see why. I go up to it and press siren on. Well, you can turn that off, like now. So we'll keep going, but you can turn it on and off if you want. That's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. But there you go. Fire Siren by MTL Modding Team. Next, we've got these. This is the... Find on my list. The Large Metal Pavilion. This is by FSG Modding, FSG DaVaR. 0.93 megabytes download, 4 slots each. 4 slots each. There are 2 of these. There's the covered in one and there's the open one. They are 95 grand a pop. You find them under sheds. Just there, the cover one, 95 grand. Now, it does say 0 a month. I think that's left over from where it's been modded from, because these don't generate an income. They're just buildings. But they're both there, 95 grand under sheds. I thought the light switch was over here, because I saw the box and thought, oh, and when you get to it, it looks like there's... It looked like there were cables in the walls just here, but I'm getting nothing coming up for a light option. So I'm assuming the lighting's automatic. These are, when it says Pavilion, these are huge. I mean, you can see why they're 95 grand each, but absolutely massive construction. And the open one too. I mean, one of those, yeah, put all of your equipment under that, you wouldn't have to worry, would you? Absolutely massive. So, the Large Metal Pavilion by FSG Modding, FSG DaVaR. Next, we have got this. This is the John Deere dealer sign. It is by HungryCow design, 1.17 megabytes download, 3 slots on console. You will find it not there. You'll find it under build mode. You'll find it under decoration and others. Just there, 1,000. Slot count will come down from 3 to 1. If you want to put more than one dealer sign or more than one dealership on your map for John Deere. The John Deere dealer sign by HungryCow design. Next we have got this. This is the Fiat 605C. This is by Pepe978. 11.12 megabytes download, 9 slots on console. I really do like these. They can be loud, they can be clanky, but they're just lovely, aren't they? Doesn't go very fast. I think it's 8 miles an hour, but there's just something about them. I do like the fact you've got the more sort of metallic tracks added in as an option too. You'll find this under vehicles and small tractors. 19 grand, that's all for the base model. We've got standard configuration, 250 kilogram front weight, 450 rear 3-point link, and then you can have rear 3-point link with 250 or 450 kilogram weight, or back to standard. You can have it with or without cabin. I personally prefer it without, but some people might prefer it with. It looks like the old sort of World War II bulldozer type things. But anyway, we've got the 605C at 56 horsepower, or a whopping 68 horsepower if you go for the 605C Super. Main colour, we've got an older kind of darker orange, and then we've got the terracotta, and then you've got the rim colour. You've got the various different options like that, but then you've got the grey, which I think is what I went for, or the black. I just prefer the grey. It looks a little bit more metallica. Anyway, let's jump on. I love the fact that when you put the lights on, you've got lights, and then you've got your main beams. When you put the rear lights on, the front ones go, nah, we haven't got enough power to work. We'll fade off a little bit, but absolutely brilliant. First person. Is it not just glorious? What a glorious Friday to have one of these as well. I love it. There we go. The Fiat 605C by Pepe978. Lovely. Which brings me on to... Is it the last of the mods? I think it might be the last of the mods. Have we done it? We've got the small wooden chicken coop, which is just here. This is by BarT, 7.82 megabytes download, 9 slots on console. It will hold 15 chickens. Dialogue box is just there for buying, selling, loading or unloading if you've got a trailer that will take them. Feed goes in here, egg boxes come out there. there's only 15. It's going to take a while to get any eggs. It does say productivity is only at 20% at the moment, but it will gradually increase. For the 15 chickens or 14 chickens and 1 rooster, it only took 250 litres. So you can have a few of these dotted around. It's more. That's going to be more for, not necessarily show. That's going to be for personal use. You're not going to get that many eggs from that. You're going to be running a production chain or supplying a local bakery or something like that. But it's a nice small coop, and it works really well. I'm off to play with the fire siren again. I like it. Or the Valtras. There's so much good stuff. Or the tall height control for headers. Or, oh no, there's so much to play with today. Anyway, oh yeah, donuts. Bear with me. We'll get our donuts sorted out. I'll end now, and then we'll tack the donuts on the end. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Please also remember, if you are interested in a multiplayer server, not just a farming simulator, for all sorts of other games, I do have a Gportal reference link if you want to get a discount on running a server. So if you don't want to run it off your own console or your own PC, you want it to be run from somewhere else. I know someone mentioned a while back about when they obviously when someone joins with a lower end console or a lower end PC, everything drops down to that level. If you're running off a separate server, the server is running, not you. So that shouldn't be an issue, shouldn't be a case. But Gportal, cracking. We've got 3 on off our Discord server, the MrSealyp Discord server channel. We've got 3 multiplayer servers running at the moment off Gportal. So if you're looking for a multiplayer server, check out the reference link and pick yourself up a discount on Gportal. Yeah, whatever you should choose to do, have a lovely weekend, and thanks for watching.